I've got some things I need to say to a world that doesn't know how hard I will try to prove what I really am.
I've taken time to set things right and to be all I can be. I know what I'm asking. Believe in me, you'll see. We've only just started.
Look with me, see the horizon, feel the light. Let it remind you what can be if you begin to trust and believe.
The dawn of a
New day is closing in. Right here I stand, I won't give in. I'll stand here strong and I will not fall down. I know what I'm meant to be.
The world we are
In is ever changing, but there's nothing to fear. We'll always make it back to where we belong. I'm sure there will be better days. Right here I stand. Today is in the past, I aspire to be somebody whom everyone can trust. Come with me, let us find shelter from the rain.
the dawn of a
New day is closing in. Right here I stand, I won't give in. I'll stand here strong and I will not fall down. I know what I'm meant to be.
The world we are
In is ever changing, but there's nothing to fear. We'll always make it back to where we belong. I'm sure there will be more.
The truth is that
I have got my faith, even through mistakes.
guides me through the times when I get knocked down.
Ride on wind and cloud, standing my own ground, never giving in.
Fight till the end to save all that I love.
This world is my home, I owe it all I've got. Seeing all that I've become, no one can take that away from me. The world we are in is ever changing, but there's nothing to fear. We'll always make it back to where we belong. I'm sure there will be better days. Right here I stand.
Just to let you guys know, I'm not in character yet. I got lost with time. Okay. So, what basically happened is this is shortly after Kane and Alice's conversation. By the way, before we start, Flash Tyne? Hello, my brother. And hello, Kitty Girl 1996. Welcome to the battlefield. You are now little knives. Okay, actually, before I forget, I want to get my chat, because I'm going to forget to do that. How do I pop out my chat? I think I'm just blind. Fuck it. I'll just look at it later. It's fine. Anyway. This is a little bit after Alice has calmed down, so it's taking control again. Yeah, it's still the same night, it's just like maybe half an hour or so later. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
was fun. Fun. Yeah, fun. I can't believe you. I've never seen you that awkward before. And that's saying something. Well, then, apparently you've, never seen me ever. No, you can usually hold yourself up a little bit better than that. Not when confessing to someone, okay? And it's not like I had time to do it. I was a little bit rushed. Yeah, I noticed you almost slipped up. So much for keeping it secret. Well, I'm keeping it secret for everyone else. Just not Caden. It's fine. He's kept so many of my secrets. I don't remember what they are, but I remember that they exist. Weren't you saying earlier on that that wasn't healthy? Yes, but it might not have been okay. But circumstance. Okay, it might not be healthy to keep this many secrets, but it's not exactly like we have much of a choice. If we tell everyone what we're gonna do, 1, they're probably gonna try and stop us from doing it. 2, they'll probably break our cover when we actually get there. You have a point. You're starting to sound like me. I'm proud of you. Yeah. You say that as if I don't usually think things through. You don't. Or you overthink the stuff you don't need to. Why are you quiet? What's going on? Shh. Can you let me see? And then maybe I'll be able to tell what's going on. Is something wrong? Is it bad? Is someone there? Sword! Sword!
I hope I'm not bothering you this evening. So,
Yawn. Nice look.
thanks. One of the followers
Ah.
granted me the ability to use their body for the night so that I could talk to you.
That's something you can do, just... I shouldn't question that with my history.
Have you perhaps... Well, I suppose I'll start with this. Has the night been well?
It's been interesting.
How so?
We might want to discuss that some way private.
Right. Do you know anywhere around here then?
Well, library is usually
I
quiet
haven't
in
been here
the
myself.
evening. Or we can take one of the
Sure,
back
we can go
alleys.
The library should be fine.
Alright, library it is. I'll walk
You're
because
more
I...
likely to find people lurking in the back alleys than in the library late at night.
True story. Although it is more likely for people to walk in on the library, if anyone wanted some late night reading.
Of course. Would be less suspicious though on our end.
True. So just grab a bunch
compared
of
to talking in
books.
a back alley with a stranger.
Mm-hmm.
So that would work.
That's fair enough. I just came from the library, actually. So me going back wouldn't be that odd. I can just say I left something there. If anyone did question, which I doubt they would, I'm pretty sure everyone's asleep at this point.
Yes, town seems fairly empty. Well,
Seems to be the case at
Depressing.
night. Not many nocturnals out there.
no, they are not.
Hey, we're talking loudly in a library. We're gonna rob every thing in here. If no one's gonna stop us. No one should be in here. I was only out for 5 minutes.
Seems fairly quiet anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as libraries are, but, with your announcement.
Usually people would probably have kicked me out by now with that kind of display.
Right.
So, guess I should probably start with the, little hiccup of the night. Alice is back. She can't
The
hear
other one you
or-
were talking about.
Yeah. She can't hear or see anything unless I let her, so she's fine. This is confidential.
Good.
But with her coming back, there are now a couple of complications. I made a deal with her to get my freedom back. Basically, we're going to be infiltrating Nightmare. Going to be trying to join his ranks temporarily. Obviously, I can't exactly be double teaming, playing with the heroes while being on his side, because that will definitely be suspicious. So, I have information on Eric, just I won't be able to collect any more while I'm away.
And you're sure that working with him temporarily is not a death wish?
Well, the deal was that she can have full control until she almost gets us killed. She almost gets us killed, she's breaking her side of the deal, and I will take over and get us out of there. Or at least attempt to.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that then. That'd be
Let's
quite
hope.
unfortunate.
But her brother is on the other side, and the heroes have yet to do anything to try and rescue him, so there's only so long one can wait.
A bit contradictory for heroes, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what we thought. Which is exactly why we're trying to jump in and do it ourselves. Hopefully it won't take that long. It depends on how long it takes for them to trust us and for us to convince her brother to actually leave their ranks. Who knows what kind of lies they've been spreading to him.
Well, let's hope it's none. That he knows the truth and maybe he'll come back.
Hopefully. But I doubt it would be that easy.
Of course.
Well, I can tell you all the information I have on Eric right now before I leave. Hopefully that'll last as long as I'm away. And then I can carry on gathering information when I get back. Whether that's through being accepted back in their ranks or forcefully spying on him while he's not paying attention, we'll have to wait and see.
That should be fine. I can propose another deal for you, but I'd like to know the information first.
Alright then. Information is something I can do. I actually wrote everything down on the phone just in case. Don't mind my odd arm movements.
It's alright, phones are weird.
Very. Very weird indeed. Especially when they don't react, so you have to hit them in the air a couple times.
Have you tried turning it on and back off again?
Or
Or the other way around?
Off and back on again, yes, I should do that. don't think it wants to turn off.
Hmm.
You know what? I can remember it. I'll just take on my remembering pose, which will look a little bit stiff for a minute.
Yeah, I will observe the library while you tell me these.
All right. Well, let's start off with his ring, the reason why he looks dead. So, turns out he has a cursed artifact ring. He bought it from the merchant, Tesla. He claims he didn't know what it did when he bought it, and the ring just had a very strong magical aura about it, which is why he wanted it. Thing is, at that point, a few of us had weaknesses, including Alice, and we needed buffs to get on the same level as everyone else. So that was his.
So, alright.
At least it was supposed to be. Don't mind this. Yes, my phone is now on my other side. Don't worry about it. His soul apparently transferred to the ring, so the body he actually uses is now pretty much an empty husk. That's fun. As a result, when he tries to take off the ring, he feels apprehensive and sometimes fearful. Probably because if he takes off the ring, that's literally disconnecting his soul from his body. Probably not the best thing.
Quite dangerous.
Very dangerous. It means that it's probably not that sustainable. We're not sure how sustainable. Always going to be a risk. Also, he told us that when he first put on the ring, for a brief moment, he saw some of the memories that he believes he lost when he was resurrected. Memories of his wife, we believe. They were gone right after a couple seconds, and he can't remember them again. But they were incredibly vivid while he saw them. Apparently, he also saw visions of the darkness for a few moments. Claimed he saw it washing over everything. Apparently, he believes that fate decided to give him that ring because it wants him to help defeat the darkness with it. The ring gave him his powers and literally killed him, so he's pretty much a lich now, we're pretty sure. Well, since he's dead, he doesn't need to breathe, eat, sleep, and unfortunately, he can't get drunk, much to his dismay. Of course. Another complication is that he can't be magically healed as a result, and he just heals naturally, although it's very quick. So whether that's a pro or a con, I'll leave that to you. He used to have light magic, but apparently when he put the ring on, he believes it changed. He can recreate his old spells, but they have to be different. He thinks that the magic is now space. So when he needs to go invisible, he bends the light. No, he used to bend the light, because light magic. Now he bends the space the light travels through. Fun science stuff. This man is kind of weird. It's both warm and cold, the outer part being like the smoke. That's usually pretty cold, but then the inner part of it, which is what we think might be his original mana, is pretty warm. He claims that his magic now feels like nothing, kind of like the space between the stars. How poetic, am I right? Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure you've noticed he's capable of ripping open portals. That's dandy.
Yes.
He can hear voices now. Me and Alice pretty much assume that it's those who have yet to pass on, so lingering spirits. But there's no way to really tell. His voices, apparently they're not usually directed at him, they're just random conversations here and there. one time he learned a recipe, I remember him saying to us. That was fun. Let's see.
Through a voice.
Yep, apparently he had the voice just telling him some kind of recipe. I can't remember of what, but I don't think that really matters. What does matter, though, is that he can step onto another plane of existence and then step back onto this one at will. He likes to call it the between. It's cold, and when he's on that plane of existence, he can still see everything on this one. He says there's nothing there, and it's uncertain whether the voices and the things he sees are from there or from somewhere else. I'm going to assume they're probably from there, though. His teleportation ability, or quote-unquote teleportation, is usually just him stepping over onto the between, and then stepping back over here after walking a little bit. So, he's not really teleporting, he's just kind of going invisible for a second, I guess. His new sword usually stays in the in-between when he's not using it. It's made of crystal, he says it's very close to obsidian. Do you want to know about his consciousness or no?
Why not? I'll take any information I can get on him.
Alright, well, I went there myself one time, so I got a bit of information on it firsthand. So, his consciousness is surrounded by a similar mist to his mana. It's very thick and smoke-like. The further in you get, the thicker it is, the less air there is, harder it is to see, and closer you get, the harder it is to breathe. So if you stay in there too long, you can definitely suffocate. It's like some kind of gas, I guess. It's harder to get in than it is to get out. He seems to have a pretty gory past from what I've seen. His consciousness is very chaotic. Would not like to go back, rating it 1 star on Yelp. There was nothing really that interesting apart from his past from there, which I also learned. Oh yeah, another fun fact is actually relating to when he lived in his old world. So his name isn't actually Eric. That's just the name that he uses here so that everyone can understand it easier. Kind of like when Asians go to Europe and a guy called Zhao decides to call himself Sam. Don't worry about it. His name used to be, or technically is, Blood Moon's Echo. I remember that he referred to himself as just Echo when we first met. Apparently names in his world are based on achievement and what they've done. It's kind of like a right name, rite of passage, sort of. Unlike everyone else's, though, his wasn't based on an achievement. It was actually based on a whole prophecy by his moon goddess in his world. So, you know, it's really fun how you of all people wanted me to spy on him, considering he clearly has a past with his own moon goddess. Fun. Let's see. And his tribe was close to wolves and was mixed in with them. It's pretty much all the information that I thought you might want.
It is much appreciated.
If you didn't get all that, I could probably write it down and give it to you later.
No, I got it.
You have a better memory than I do.
Tearing portals and ripping into other planes of existence is quite dangerous for this one. Could permanently scar it if you're not careful.
I mean, couldn't summoning heroes do the exact same thing?
Technically.
Don't you think it is actually a better thing that he has this ability, because it's far stronger than his light powers? Dangerous, yes.
It may be good. Sorry, you can continue.
It is dangerous, but it would be more dangerous to leave him with a smaller ability that might not get the job done to defeat the darkness. So don't you think it's a risk you're willing to take?
It's a good risk, but others are still concerned about it.
Any specific reason why, or is it just because of how dangerous it is?
I do not have specifics at the moment. Just different for... I don't know how to explain. Just dangerous, in a lot of ways. Not just for us, but for him.
Well, now I'm curious how it can be dangerous for him. Besides not being part of his own body, of course.
Well, he's already done so much to himself. At least from what you're telling me. With a ring that he didn't have any knowledge on. Bought it, put it on. Turned into a lich. He's already damaged himself and his magic. Now he's damaging the world. For the greater good. Still dangerous. I have my consent.
Still dangerous, but... there wasn't really much alternative. He needed a boost, that was the closest one he could find.
It's not something I'm going to interfere with. But I suppose it was also out of his control if he didn't know what the ring did.
Apparently not even the merchant knew what it did.
That's good to know, I suppose. I can't blame either of them then.
Victim to circumstance.
Right. With the circumstances of Ellis, correct, coming back?
Yes.
And that deal you made. Because you can't gather information on Eric because you're leaving, I have another proposition I can put on the table. If you can somehow get information on Nightmare, I can get you whatever you need for Solias you had mentioned prior in our previous conversation. Tell him a lot quicker. If you're going to be gone, you won't be able to get it. I would be willing to trade that information for the Nightmare information instead.
Well, considering how much information I've already got without even being anywhere near him, being on his side would definitely give me access to certain pieces of information. Do you want specifics on him, or would you like stuff about his generals and his army and whatever else assets he has?
I'm also curious about him. It would be nice to know what assets he has, but my main concern lies on Nightmare.
I can try, but from what I can tell, he's quite a complicated figure, so it might not come in as quickly as the information that I gathered on Eric.
I don't expect it to. Again, like I said earlier, even working for him sounds like a death wish.
Maybe
I
it
can only
is.
hope that you're careful. You have a good head on your shoulders. I don't know about Ellis.
Well, just be thankful that I'm here with her. I'll make sure we don't die.
Good.
I think I'll accept the new terms. I can probably get some sort of useful information. If not, I can dish out old information that I gathered before.
That should be fine. Either or. I just want... You've proven your trust. Or at least I have trust in you already, but...
In return for the information that I've given you now, is there any chance you could keep an eye on Solias, Luca, while I'm gone? I promised I'd help him learn with his new abilities, and of course I won't be able to do that while I'm not here.
I can do my best. However, I am only capable of looking down during the night. I can't do it during the day. Unless there was some sort of workaround.
Well, I could try and ask him just to do it at night. Considering he's so devout to the sun goddess, I could probably sway his mind and think that maybe doing it in the nighttime would, I don't know, lessen the disrespect to Saul somehow. I'll find a way.
I'd be doing both of you a favor then.
Well, you'd be doing me a favor, and he would be benefiting from it. Considering Nightmare's information is far more risky to gather than Eric's, though. Don't you think the stakes are a bit higher, and thus the reward should be Tamara?
No, I definitely agree with that.
Hmm.
I'm willing to help you with things, as long as you carry through with what I ask of you. That's all.
Well, that's fair enough. I'll do my best to keep up my end. Worst case scenario, I die.
I trust that you won't.
I'll try my best, but nothing's certain in war.
That is correct. Very interesting. Balthazar.
I am curious, though. My afterlife for my first death was not pleasant. I had a theory it was because my deity was also dead at the same time. Do you believe the afterlife would change now that I've also changed my beliefs?
The afterlife is a very, very tricky place to understand. A lot of it is based off of emotion and memories. It could be, because of what you're saying, that your god was dead, but who knows? Everything changes there. It's dependent on so many cofactors.
So I guess I'll just have to wait and see. Although I think I'd prefer to see you in my afterlife than that abyss that I experienced the first time.
Well, I suppose you'll find out. Let's hope not anytime soon, but you will eventually find out.
Right. Well, that was all that I really had to say. Slipped through the door. Don't mind me. Don't lean on the doors. You'll fall right through.
They must not be locked very well then. Right. Okay, well, if that was all you had, I believe that was all I had. I will attempt to keep in touch, however, that might be more difficult now with the nightmare situation. I'll see what I can do though.
Alright. Well, I suppose I'll see you next time then.
Right, have a good night.
You
Stay
as well.
safe.
Wait, you've been standing here this whole time? No, I haven't. Don't worry. It's just business I'd rather not get you involved with. You're keeping secrets from me after giving me countless lectures about how bad secrets are? Let me have this one. I usually open up to you about everything else. Fine.
the fire that is raging deep within my heart. I don't think I could live a life in which I found we were apart. Feelings flutter in the starlight, like when I learned to fly. I'll leave behind my old life for you, and I'll show you why.
I have always kept myself hidden inside, knowing I have fear that my smile can hide. Love is a double-edged blade, I've come to see with you and me, that we might never be. If we give into the dreams, we'll see life isn't what it seems. Let's destroy the path laid for us by our fated destiny. When you take my lips, it's like a full solar eclipse. Don't wanna let you go, I want to experience love I've never known. Since the day I met you, there's been so much that we've both gone through. But I don't regret the decision that I made to trust in you. I can't help but see as you put your heart upon the highest shelf. If you push aside your walls, I can nurse it back to health.
If I retract my hand, will you reach my way? How do I know you won't leave me someday? I've heard those words before, can't tell if they're true. Still, why do I find I'm entranced by you?
I wanna find eternity, holding you tight and close to me. If we can save the day, I promise you that I will always stay. Take your hand in mine, so I can love your heart and mind. If we have to go, I want to indulge in a love like I've never known.
First grazed my eyes, I saw you and I was so surprised. Then you called my name, I saw you shed a tear. Was it for me? Because I'm finally here.
I wanna find eternity, holding you tight and close to me. If we can save the day, I promise you that I will always stay. When you take my lips, it's like a full solar eclipse. I'll never let you go, let us fall deeper in love. And now draw me closer in, knowing the darkness will not win. Even when apart, you will always be within my heart. I cannot turn back, because without you life would lack a certain ecstasy when our hearts collide in the feeling we call love.
Stay sharp, size your problems, and I'll see you in the next stream from the Silent Swordswoman. Bye bye.